Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we've got game 2 against the Diamondbacks here. Won yesterday in a 1-0 game. Do apologize, recording much later than I planned today. Things just got away from me. It's about 8:45 as I sit here at the moment. Here we are, Chase Field. Is that one still Chase Field? It's gone through a few names. Yeah, that one's still Chase Field. Looks like the same lineup that we saw yesterday out of the Diamondbacks, which, you know, why not? They came very close to pulling that game out all the way to the end of the game. I do believe this is Ian Snell on the mound for them, which I thought it would cut to him a little sooner than it did. And if it is, I'll make sure of it, make sure it comes up to bat, and then I'll tell my Ian Snell story that I've told several times on these seasons, but one more time won't hurt. Kester at the plate today, back to the regular guys. Trying to remember, do we have another off day? Would that be Tuesday? Let me check. That would actually work out well. As Kester puts this into center field for a leadoff single to start the game. So here is Marvin. He will bat left-handed. Looks at strike one. Oh, no, not another off day till the 7th. Alright, Marvin's got an 0-2 count, and he looks at strike three. That'll bring Chief to the plate, who has been struggling as of late. So it'd be a really good time for him to decide to get going again. Grounds this one right to third. There's the out at second. Throw to first in time. 5-4-3, double play to end the inning. So Squirrels with a leadoff hit, but remarkably little to show for it after that. Matt Kemp will lead things off for Arizona. See the regular lineup back in for the Squirrels. Gill on the mound today. Gill starts things off with a curveball in there for a strike. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Called strike three. One away. Quick strikeout. Here's Echo. He will look at a slider for a strike towards the outside corner. Another slider that catches the outside corner. Echo has looked at both of them. Swings at a curveball, which came up empty. I think that was a little further outside than either one of the sliders. But it is 2 strikeouts on 2 batters. So here's Chad Tracy, who starts off with a swing and a miss. Chases a high fastball to make it 0-2. Ground ball to third, but it does go foul, so Gill's still with the chance to strike out the side. Can't quite do it. A ground ball to third for the third out of the inning. Still a 1-2-3 start. Can't complain about that. We go into the second inning where Terry will start things off for Indianapolis.
Number 4, Terry, first baseman.
Terry looks at a curveball that breaks low. Out into shallow center field, and thought Hudson might go take a stab at it, but he gave up on that pretty quickly. Falls in for another leadoff single. Brings Frank to the plate. That fastball is too far inside. And that one's a bit too high. It's 2-0 count. Here's a called strike. Grounds this one sharply to third. This is another double play. Taylor made 5-4-3 yet again. All right, well, the base is again empty after a leadoff single. Brings Tom to the plate. He will look at a curveball for strike one. Fouls that away over by the Squirrels dugout. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So it is 6 up, 6 down, despite 2 hits by the Squirrels. We go to the bottom half of the second, where Luke Scott will lead things off for Arizona.
Number 30, Luke Scott, left fielder.
First pitch is sinker, but it misses down and away. Throws it again, and that's even further out of the zone. So it's a 2-0 count. Gill fires in a fastball. That'll be strike 1. This is fouled away. It's a 2-2 count. Curveball not real appetizing. It's a full count. Throws in the sinker, and it again misses low. That's the first walk of the game. I do believe also the first, well, yeah, it had to have been the first Diamondbacks base runner, so there goes the perfect game. You know, top of the second inning, not a real serious bid. Golf at the plate has a 1-1 count. And that'll be a base hit out into left field, so there goes the no-hitter as well. Diamondbacks with 2 on and nobody out for Orlando Hudson. First pitch is a curveball for a strike over the inner half. Throws another curveball that hits the dirt, but O-Dog chased it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's a big strikeout for Gill, but not out of the woods yet. Here is West. This one a bit inside. There's a inside curveball over the corner for a strike. Swing and a miss on a curveball to make it 1-2. Fastball is hit towards second, but Kester can't get there. It won't score a run. It wasn't hit quite hard enough. So the bases are loaded with just 1 out for Chris Snyder. He just needs a ball to the outfield. He fouls that first pitch away. This will be right to Terry. The throw to second, back to first in time. And Gill gets bailed out of the jam with a, I think it was a 3-6-1. No, 3-6-3 double play. So, boy, Diamondbacks have to feel like that was a big missed opportunity, but we are still scoreless going into the third. Here is Zach at the plate. He will look at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's Joey. First pitch runs outside. There's a called strike over the outside corner. Another called strike. Makes it 1-2. That will be a base hit up the middle. We'll see if he can stay out of a double play. 1 away with 1 on, and here's Gill at the plate. He is going to show bunt. Snell takes a couple looks over to first, and Gill puts down a good bunt. It's a successful sacrifice, puts a runner into scoring position for Kester, who did get a base hit his first time up. Snell struck out 3 Squirrels his first time around, but his biggest weapon was the double play, I think. Kester fouls that pitch away. That makes it an 0-2 count. Hits this one out into center field. And here comes the first run of the ball game. Joey in there safely. Kester moves on to second on that throw. And the Squirrels end up scoring the first run of the game. Which again, the Diamondbacks have to be a bit sick about that after they didn't score last inning. Marvin with a chance to tack on another. Looks at strike 1. Fouls away that pitch to make it 0-2. That's not going to do it. A bloop to short, and that will end the inning. But the Squirrels strike first, 1-0. So you go to the bottom of the third inning. Pitcher spot due up in the bottom of the third. Thought that was I was very confident that was Ian Snell, but I still decided to wait. Remember when he was with the Pirates, he had a rehab start in Indianapolis, and we were at that game. I just happened to be. We didn't go there because of him, but it was still cool seeing a player we knew down in Indianapolis, and he had like 13 strikeouts that day, and I don't think anyone in the crowd had any clue. He talked about it after the game. He said he really liked pitching in Indianapolis because it was a lot more laid-back atmosphere. And if I remember right, I think he was one of the people that kind of came out and talked about having some real social anxiety. Kind of he and Zach Greinke, I think, kind of the first couple to really come out and talk about that. Anyway, we're back to the top of the Diamondbacks order. Gill struck out 4 D-backs and will strike out Matt Kemp to start the second go-around. Here's Echo. So he did strike out. He struck out Kemp and Echo to start the game, if you remember, and had Chad Tracy to 0-2 count before he dribbled a ball to third. Echo currently with a 2-1 count. This is popped foul. Make it 2-2. I'll ground that ball foul. Grounds this one back to Gill. It's off his glove. Joey picks it up and gets it to first in time to end the inning. So we'll go into the fourth. It's a 1-0 Squirrels lead, and Chief is due to lead it off.
Number 61.
First pitch is in there for a strike. Changeup down and away. Judging by Snyder's eyes, I don't think that last pitch is where they wanted it. The next pitch is lined to Tracy, though, for the first out of the inning, so no harm done. Terry with a base hit in his first at-bat, then was doubled off. Looks at strike one. Hits this one in the air, but not very far. Snell comes about halfway down the base, or the pitching path, whatever you want to call that. I'm not sure what the proper name is. But here's Frank at the plate now with 2 outs. Hits a ground ball again to third. Not quite as hard as last time, but doesn't much matter. That'll end the top of the fourth inning. 1-0 Squirrels, and Chad Tracy will come to the plate for Arizona. Tracy ground out to third in his last at-bat. Pops this one up. Tom giving chase, but he'll run out of room. That fastball catches the outside corner to make it 0-2. That one a bit too far outside. Tracy does not chase. He does swing at that sinker and comes up empty. One away. Here's Luke Scott. Walked his first time up. He will start off with a strike here. Ground ball to short. Oh, it gets by Joey. I thought that was going to be a routine play, but no, that is a base hit. 1 on with 1 out. Here's Golf, who singled in his first at-bat. Behind on that fastball. Looks at that one for a strike. Line drive into center field. That's going to move Scott on to third base. Golf going for second, but he'll turn around and go back. Probably too many fastballs in that at-bat to Golf. Runners on the corners for Orlando Hudson with 1 away as he chases a curveball in the dirt. That fastball is hit into left field, but it's just foul. That most definitely would have tied the game. And he looks at strike 3. Another big missed opportunity there for the Diamondbacks, but it's not quite gone yet. West with a chance to drive that run in as the fastball in the dirt, and West lets it go by. He's ahead of that fastball to make it 1-1. Too low. Ground ball to first, and now the opportunity is gone. It's a 1-0 game going into the fifth. 4 hits apiece for the teams. Tom is going to lead off things for Indianapolis.
Number 10, Tom.
Tom struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. That slider not super close. Grounds this one to third. Tracy with a bit of a long throw, and it's not a great one, but Golf is able to tag Tom out. So that'll bring Zach to the plate. Struck out in his first at-bat. That fastball runs inside. That one is up and out. 2-0. There's a called strike. Swing and a miss will make it 2-2. Hits this one right to Hudson, who gets it to first quickly. That will be the second out of the inning. Joey got a base hit and came around to score, the only run of the game so far in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one here. Fouls that pitch away. This one out into right field. Kemp, having played shallow, and is just able to make that catch. So we'll go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Snyder due to lead off for Arizona. It's still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Snyder hit into a double play in his first at-bat. Very helpful for Gill, for sure. That first pitch sails high. Curveball down and in. 2-0. There's a swing and a miss. I don't think that curveball did what they wanted, but Snyder still whiffed. 2-2. There's a better curveball and another whiff. One away. Here's Snell. Struck out in his first at-bat. There's a called strike. Curveball in the dirt. There's a fastball for a called strike 2. Fouls that pitch away. Still 1-2. Oh, that one ran a bit too far inside. Brushed Snell back. Maybe not what you want to do to your counterpart. Backdoor curve for strike 3. Bring Kemp to the plate to start the third go-around. Kemp has struck out in both at-bats today. Gill up to 9 strikeouts with another inning to go after this. Scott Kemp with an 0-2 count. That slider didn't quite make it back to the plate. Kemp has not swung the bat yet. Still hasn't. It's a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the fifth inning. We move into the sixth. Still 1-0 Squirrels. And Gill is due up at the plate.
Number 21, Gill.
See if Snell throws inside on Gill after it just happened the other way around. Gill looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Hits this one foul. This one is right to Golf, who will step on the bag. One away. Kester at the plate is 2 for 2. Also has the lone RBI in the game. Credited with a double in his last at-bat. Not sure that's correct, but that is how the game consistently scores it. Followed up the sac bunt to move Joey into second base with the base hit to score him. Kester currently with a 2-1 count. And looks at strike 2. Called strike 3. 2 away. Marvin at the plate. Struck out and lined out, and looks at strike 1 here. Hits this one back towards the middle, but not very hard. Hudson has no trouble with that to get to the bottom of the sixth inning. Echo's going to lead things off for the Diamondbacks. It's a 1-0 game. Still in favor of the Squirrels. Echo 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Starts off this at-bat with a sinker for a strike. Was up in the zone for whatever that's worth. Slider misses outside. The fastball misses low. There's a swing and a miss to make it 2-2. ground ball right down the first base line. Terry grabs it and steps on the bag. One away. Here's Chad Tracy. There we go. He is 0 for 2 today. Hits this one right up the middle, and it will get through for a base hit. Diamondbacks now officially out hitting the Squirrels, though they're still behind in the scoreboard column for now. Luke Scott, 1 for 1. He has walked and singled. Looks at strike one here. Fastball sails a bit high. High again, make it 2-1. Check over on first. There's a called strike on a fastball to make it 2-2. Going too low. We got another full count on Luke Scott. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Big out there for Gill. Here's Golf. He is also 2 for 2. Pair of singles so far. And looks like he's going to go 3 for 3 out into center field. Tracy will move on to third base. Runners on the corners again for the Diamondbacks, but there are now 2 outs. Orlando Hudson at the plate. I think he's 0 for 2, though he has gotten awfully close to hits down the left field line. Both have been just foul. He's got an 0-2 count right now. He will go down looking. Gill gets out of trouble again. We go to the 7th inning. Squirrels still clinging to that 1-0 lead. Chief is due up for the Squirrels. Chief 0 for 2. He's hit into a double play and lined out. Looks at strike one. High hop, but it's foul. That'll make it 0-2. Looks at strike 3 over the outside corner. One away. Here's Terry. He's 1 for 2 today. Set pitch up and in. Swing and a miss. Will make it 1-1. Hits this one just foul down the first base line. Snell forced to throw another pitch. And gets a swing and a miss. 2 down. Here's Frank. He is also 0 for 2 today. Put the ball on the ground to third base twice. Looks at strike one. This one to short at least, but it gets through for a base hit. I thought West would have that one. Apparently I'm just misjudging these shortstops' range today. So Tom will look at strike one. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Ground ball. That gets through the middle for a base hit. Frank on his way to third. His throw is not going to be in time. They don't even throw it to third, in fact. Runners on the corners for Zach. It'll be a good time to add some insurance here. Out in the center field, but right to Echo, who makes a catch. Stretch time. It's 1-0 Squirrels. West will lead it off on the other side.
Now, please rise and join the singing.
Volume reset here. There we go. All right, Gill gave us his 7 shutout innings. We'll go get Gonzalez into Zach's spot, which will bring Quentin into the game to play right.
Your attention, please. Now come right pitch for Indianapolis. Number 76, Gonzalez.
All right, West is 1 for 2 today, I think. Looks at strike one. Hits this one out deep into the gap. Nobody's catching up to that one. That's at least a double. Frank gets the ball in to keep it that way. So I had a shot at a triple. I don't think that was a bad pitch. I think West just went down and got it. No, we're going to get a pinch something here. Pinch runner. Justin Upton's going to come in to run at second base. Chris Snyder at the plate. Looks at strike one. Swings and misses at a cutter. Hits that one through the left side of the infield. Frank coming in quickly will not let the run score as of yet. Pitcher spot up. They will pinch hit here. Here comes Mark Reynolds. Saw him yesterday. Runners on the corners and nobody out. Gonzalez in a world of trouble here. The first pitch is inside. There is no margin for error. Swings under that pitch. Fouls this one away, and it will make the seats, though, or at least the screen. 1-2. Fouls away the cutter. I'm not sure why he's going with the cutter for a strikeout pitch over the splitter. But he does get a swing and a miss on a changeup, so that'll work. One away. Looks like another pinch hitter. No pinch runner. Freddie Sanchez is going to come in to run at first base. Matt Kemp is struck out in all 3 at-bats today. That changeup misses outside. So check over on first. Gets a swing and a miss on a fastball. Oh, that is in the shallow center. Kester's able to get back and get it. He was playing the infield in, so it was a question there for a minute. 2 away. Echo, I believe, 0 for 3, though I can't remember what all he's done for sure. Still with runners on the corners, now with 2 outs. Grounds this one to first, and Gonzalez gets out of trouble. It feels like there's been several innings where the Diamondbacks have threatened and just cannot cash in. 1-0 as we go into the 8th inning. Joey to lead things off for Indianapolis. Diamondbacks will bring in Brandon Lyon. Yeah, Brandon Lyon. Denham's going to come in to catch. Upton goes out of the game. Freddie Sanchez stays in to play short. Joey 1 for 2 today. He is the only run of the game so far. As he looks at strike one. Changeup bounces in. Out into center field, and Echo is there to make the catch. 1 away. Quinton's first at-bat of the game will be left-handed. Very possibly his only at-bat of the game as he looks at strike one. Looks at strike two. Similar pitches right on the outside corner. Fouled away, but Denham is just going to run out of room. Just setting up to make the play, but just went a little far. Quinton swings and misses to strike out. So here's Kester. He's 2 for 3. Struck out in his last at-bat. But he does have the lone RBI of the day, and he will hit this one out to center field for another single. Here comes Marvin. He's 0 for 3. As he swings and misses at the first pitch. Kester takes, that's not Kester. Yeah, it is Kester. Sorry, talked myself out of it for a second. He steals second. So runner now in scoring position, and Marvin puts it out into right field to get another run for the Squirrels. 2-0 feels like a lot of breathing room in this series. Chief is 0 for 3. Marvin takes off for second, and he will be thrown out. Close play, but yeah, throw got there in time. So it's now 2-0 Squirrels. 8 hits apiece for the teams. Chad Tracy to lead off for the Diamondbacks. We will, as soon as possible, go to Hermida to do his setup inning. He will go into Marvin's spot, which will bring Miyake into the game to play center. Tracy 1 for 3, got his hit in his last at-bat. Swings and misses at a curveball. Looks at a fastball inside. Swings and misses at another curveball. I imagine Hermida will throw it again. He sure does, but this one not in the zone. Actually brushes Tracy back. Another curveball, not in the zone. It's a full count. brave of him to throw another curveball, but it doesn't pan out. That's a walk. That one was really nowhere close. Luke Scott at the plate. He is the tying run at the moment. He is, I think, walked, singled, and struck out, if I remember right. Oh, almost gets hit by that curveball. Probably wouldn't sting a lot if he'd let it hit him. Looks at a strike at the knees on a fastball. Pop up, Kester waiting for it right behind second base. Boy, it's up there a while. He does make the catch, though. So here's Golf. He's 3 for 3, all singles, but having a pretty good day. Pops this one up right in front of the plate. Tom waiting on it. He makes the catch. Runner still on first with 2 outs. Orlando Hudson is going to switch sides of the plate. He's struck out in every at-bat from the other side. This one barely rolls through the middle. Runner going to third. That might not have been a good idea. Oh, he does make it in there safely, though. I think if Joey taken that cutoff, he would have been dead meat, but Kester doesn't quite have the arm. Denham with his first at-bat of the game. Runners again on the corners for the Diamondbacks. Feels like they've had runners there all day and cannot push across a run. Denham has an 0-2 count. He'll hit a ground ball to short, and the Squirrels again will get out of this inning. Well, we go to the 9th. Chief's going to lead things off. And Lyon is going to stay in. Chief is 0 for 3. He's averaged down to 390, which for him is a bit disastrous. He hits one hard, but foul. Goodness gracious, that's going to end up in the upper deck. Line drive out into center field. Echo is not going to get there. Chief will get his first hit of the day. Sure, it's a relief to him. Oh, his 1,500th hit. Halfway to 3,000, though I don't think he's going to get there in the time we've got. Terry 1 for 3 on the day. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Maybe that's why he's been slumping, putting too much pressure trying to get that milestone. Terry out into center field. Echo going back, and he will make the catch. Chief had already rounded second. He will get back safely, but he was already off to the races before he had to turn around. 1 away with a runner on first. Frank got a base hit in his last at-bat, and he will get a base hit in this at-bat right back up the middle. 2 aboard with 1 out. Tom at the plate. He will ground this one to short. Sanchez has to wait for Hudson to get to second, so that keeps the Squirrels out of a double play. Miyake will get an at-bat here with the runners on the corners. 2 outs, and he fouls the first pitch away. Hits this one out into right field. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. 1 run already in. Tom looks like he's going to turn for home, and we're going to take this out of a save situation. 4-0 Squirrels. It's unraveling quickly out there for Lyon. That, in fact, will be it for Lyon. Not sure which Pena this is. Another Tony Pena, okay. So here's Joey, 1 for 3. His run doesn't look quite as special now. He's going to ground out to short. And that will end the inning. The Diamondbacks suddenly need 3 runs to stay alive. Freddie Sanchez, who had come in to pinch run, is going to lead things off at the plate now. We will not turn to Shibuya today. It looks like we will turn to Zap into Joey's spot, which will bring Phil into the game. Have him play second. Kester will scooch over to short. All right, first pitch is hit into right field, and it will be a fair ball. Rolls down into the corner. Sanchez on his way to second. They're going to let Pena hit here, which is a little shocking. First pitch is in there for strike 1. That one a bit high. Well, Pena comes through with the hit out into left, so what am I to say? Diamondbacks finally get that first run of the ball game. It's 4-1. Matt Kemp 0 for 4 today. There are no outs in this inning. Trying to decide when I should bring Shibuya in, or maybe I shouldn't. He's been shaky too. He's gotten the job done, but by razor-thin margins. Kemp currently with a 1-1 count. So that pitch breaks too far inside. Changeup gets a ground ball foul down the third base line. 2-2. Fastball back to Zap. It gets through everybody. That will be a base hit. That brings the tying run to the plate in the form of Echo. Still no outs in the inning. First pitch is in there for a strike. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Ground ball to first. Throw goes to second. No return throw. Leaves runners on the corners with 1 out now, and Chad Tracy at the plate, who's got a couple hits today. Looks at strike 1. That one down and in by his feet. That one down and away. 2-1. Ground ball again to first. Terry has to leap for it. His only play is back to first. 2 runners in scoring position, but there are now 2 outs for Luke Scott at the plate. He will look at strike 1. Puts this out to left field for a base hit. That's going to score 2. This has certainly gotten interesting. Tying run in scoring position. You know, I probably should go to Hermita, but our record can take it if it doesn't work out. We'll let Zap try to finish this off. Here's Golf, who might be perfect today. Can't remember what he did in his last at-bat. He was definitely 3 for 3 at one point. He's down 0-2 right now. Hits this one over to Phil, and Zap does get out of this ball game. Again, 9th inning looked real dicey, but our pitching does just enough. Your final score today, Indianapolis Squirrels 4, Arizona Diamondbacks 3. Boy, they still got to feel like they left so many other runs on the board today. Both of these last 2 games, Arizona feels like they should have won, I'm sure. All right, Kester is going to be your player of the game for driving in the first run. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. We will finish up this series tomorrow. We'll see you then.